All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Ratazadis be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And it shouldn't be too long. I just got 2 articles that I'm going to go through and a couple scriptures, that we always bring out. Broken record. I've been reporting on the layoffs over and over. All throughout 2023, there's been a lot of layoffs, man. From the beginning, starting in January. We at the end of 2023, the hopeful year where all the prophecies are fulfilled, and more layoffs coming to the end of January of Slakia 2023. And if you've been keeping count, if you've been tallying up, the numbers are pretty steep. That's how you know the unemployment rate. We know this devil, he's fudging the numbers, man. He doesn't want to panic the people. But I got 2 articles. This is from the CNN Business. It's dated November 28th, 2023. And I just wanted to read this because, like I said, I've been warning you. A lot of people they've been talking about it, And but the reason why I'm going to go into that is because there's a more relevant article that I had saw, and this is regarding Spotify. This is from the New York Times, and this is dated December 4th, 2023. So this is recent, okay? But I'm gonna start with as you can see, it's a Spotify to cut 1,500 jobs after spending spree. So that's the main article that I had saw, and then I wanted to get this to reference. Like I said, we've been warning you of this, And Slock it real quick. If you've been paying attention, if you've been looking around, Black Friday was atrocious, the worst Black Friday on record probably. Cyber Monday was atrocious. If you look around, it's the holiday season. Open up your eyes and look around. Is it just me, or do you not see Amazon trucks on the road like that, like how it used to be? FedEx trucks, UPS trucks. They're not. This the holiday season, and I've heard. I actually heard through the grapevine that they're even the hiring process, even the post office. This is supposed to be the busiest time of the year for packages. People are buying gifts, sending them to their loved ones, friends and family. And UPS, they didn't hire like they usually. They usually have like a seasonal hiring. Same thing with UPS. I said that UPS. FedEx, they'll have seasonal workers, you know. And from through the grapevine, from what I've been hearing, they're not. It wasn't. I mean, they hired, but not like they used to. Why? Because nothing's moving in Babylon. This place is through. People are tapped out, man. You know, the mirth of this place is gone. So enough of me ranting. Let's get to the video. So from the CNN Business, it reads, "It's holiday season. For some, it will mean pink slips." And I got a prime example of that. The Spotify, which I'm gonna go through. So again, it's dated November 28th, 2023. From CNN, it says layoffs are never welcome news to employees, but they bring an extra bite when they are carried out during the holiday season. Yeah, what a way to go into the new year, right? Jobless. Even if they are just signaled as coming in the next few months, the mere concern that you could be let go puts a real damper on plans to enjoy and spend money on family and festivities between Thanksgiving and the New Year. In November, oh, speaking of Thanksgiving, I read an article and it said that a lot of people, instead of doing like big family meals, big gatherings, a lot of them opted out for fast food. They did pizza and shit like that. They were eating fast food, showing you the times that we're living in, and a lot of people didn't even gather like they usually gather, you know. Hey, beautiful times. Again, the mirth is truly being sucked out of this place. This place is through. These people are on their last leg. It says, Salakia. It says in November alone, Citigroup, Charles Schwab, Vice Media, car parts maker Continental, and shipping giant Maersk were among well-known employees that announced job cuts. Amongst many, it was many, many, and they were big numbers, man. Not, uh, not 100 here, 200 there. It was by the thousands. You know, big chunk of their corporations. Some companies just completely went bankrupt and closed down, like Yellow Trucking, 100-year company just went out of business. You know, if you go back and check the records, a lot of companies went under. A lot of layoffs happened this year. You know, somebody said a couple people were saying this 2023 was the year of the silent depression. Everybody was depressed and going through it, but they've been keeping it to themselves. Adawan Ratazah 2024, they're gonna just lash out. You know, they're gonna be at their wits' end and they're gonna lose it. So it says, and more companies may make similar announcements by year end, which prime example, Spotify. And that says a lot if Spotify is cutting their staff. I think it said the article said a fifth of the staff. It's their third round of cuts this year, which I'm gonna go into the article, but that says a lot because we already know nobody's actually buying physical music. Nobody's buying CDs or cassette tapes or records. Everything is streaming, you know? So you telling me the streaming sales are down also? This place is through. This place is through. That's why Netflix raised their prices, you know? Everything, this place is through, man. You know? The theaters are through. They've been through. Everything is through. This bitch is through. It's CTD, circling the drain. And many more companies may make similar announcements by year end. We've seen an increase in layoffs. We are really busy right now and expect to stay that way through the end of the year, said Andrew Challenger, Senior Vice President of Challenger. Oh, matter of Gray Slocky. I just remembered a major airline company went under too. I forget where it was out, where it was, but a major international airline company went under, and that's come on, man. You know, so it says we've seen an increase in layoffs. We are really busy right now and expect to stay that way through the end of the year, said Andrew Challenger, Senior Vice President of Challenger, Gray, and Christmas, an outplacement firm that employers hire to help their laid off employees find new work. So it's like a temp agency. So the temp agency say they thumping, they busy, because a lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are being forced to work. Not to mention, a lot of the people are now being forced to work gig jobs. You know, that's the gig economy. You know, what you making? You ain't making nothing, man, and you don't have no benefits. You know, no health benefits. You know, no retirement. No, you know, and then you got to work sometimes 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet with them gig jobs. You know, slaving. So it says the good news is that Challenger said he is not anticipating a wave of big panic layoffs in an industry like those that took place in 2020 in sectors hard hit by the you-know-what pandemic. As in most years, layoffs were specific to individual employers' circumstances. That's pretty much, you get the idea. That's pretty much the point, man. That's pretty much the point. You can read the article for yourself. Again, it was from the CNN Business. So let's get to that's the point I wanted to drive home, that again, they've been forecasting this, you know, and they've been laying off, you know, in case you didn't believe me, you know. So this is the New York Times. Again, it says Spotify to cut 1,500 jobs after spending spree. I did the video about China. Those companies in China, they were complaining about you know, they had to pay for advertisement on Amazon and these different sites for Black Friday, you know, And then what happened? They didn't recoup. They didn't, they didn't recoup what they put out. Same thing Spotify is saying, you know? It says nobody's spending, man. No, the money ain't even the car market, nobody's, no this place is through, They tapped out. The music streaming service has expanded into podcasting and audiobooks, but found it difficult to turn a consistent profit. Let's see if who's that? It says Daniel Ek, Spotify's chief executive, said job cuts were needed because our cost structure for where we need to be is still too big. And matter of fact, when you look up Spotify, when you Google it, the layoffs, it said that they laid off people and the shares skyrocketed. Ain't that some shit? That's crazy. So this is dated December 4th, 2023. It says Spotify said on Monday that it would cut nearly a fifth of its workforce. Its third round, again, Spotify said on Monday that it would cut nearly a fifth of its workforce, its third round of layoffs so far this year, as it has struggled to become consistently profitable after spending aggressively to expand beyond music streaming into areas such as podcasting. The daughters of music are being brought low. The music and the entertainment industry is done. It's done. Ain't no good movies, ain't no good albums, ain't no good, really what people are listening to are old music, old songs, old movies, classics, Everything new that's coming out is through. Showing you what times you're living in. This bitch is through. Beautiful times. Salakia. My allergies, man, especially this time of the year. Salakia, bear with me. So it says again, Spotify said on Monday that it would cut nearly a fifth of its workforce, its third round of layoffs so far this year, as it has struggled to become consistently profitable after spending aggressively to expand beyond music streaming into areas such as podcasting. Spotify chief executive Daniel Ek wrote in a note to employees posted on the company's website that the platform now needed to right-size to account for a very different environment. The environment where the people are tapped out. Spotify, which is based in Stockholm, will let go about 1,500 people or 17% of its staff. Economic growth has slowed dramatically and capital has become more expensive. Mr. Eek said, that's why, man, you see what time it is, man. Mr. Eek said, despite our efforts to reduce costs this past year, our cost structure for where we need to be is still too big. You had a WeWork went under. Again, they keep reporting commercial real estate. These corporations, they're not paying their leases, Bitches through. Spotify cuts company. During the beginning of the year, you had that whole mass layoff in Silicon Valley, Spotify cuts come as the technology industry reckons with the end of a decade of rock-bottom interest rates that propelled their growth, prompting the industry's giant like Amazon, Meta, and Salesforce to cut costs and shed jobs. Monday's moves, Mr. X said, were about preparing for our next phase. Hey, yeah, the next phase is ain't gonna be no work and everything gonna be AI, Preparing for our next phase where being lean is not just an option but a necessity. Ooh, they trimming the fat. Okay? So that's the point. That's pretty much the point. You get the idea. So I'm not gonna be long, man. I pretty much drilled the point home. It's holiday season. For some, it will mean pink slips. Because why? This bitch is through. So we same old scriptures. We know broken records, but they screaming. Isaiah 19:15, and we know America's spiritually Sodom and Egypt. It's mystery Babylon, Nineveh, Assyria, amongst other things. Isaiah 19:15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. But that's really part of the NWO. They're talking about the UBI, Universal Basic Income, or it's all part of the Hegelian dialect. Pressure from above, pressure from below. They're talking about AI taking a lot of jobs, you know. So, hey, beautiful times, man. Beautiful times. I'm gonna hit this one and I'll close out with Ecclesiastes 12. Salah. Isaiah 24, the main point is in 10. I'm going to start at 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. And you see it. This is the most depressive holiday season ever in Babylon. This bitch is even during the that thing, the pandemic, motherfuckers were still doing their thing, man. Even though there was travel bans and they were telling you not to gather, people were still socializing, and the spirit of this place was still kind of, people were still going to clubs. They were locking down the bar, but people were still, lively. But now, this bitch is completely dead. This bitch is dead. These people are just, they're zombies, man. They're tapped out. They're lifeless. This place is lackluster. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Everybody's complaining. And they really, and a lot of them putting on a facade, because again, it's really the silent depression, So it says, the mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. This is the main point. The city of confusion, that's America, Babylon the Great. The Hebrew word for Babylon is Babal, meaning confusion. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. It's a future prophecy, but we're in the beginning stages of it. There's a crying for wine in the streets, answers, right? The truth. That's what times we're going to come into. They're going to be looking for answers. They're going to be looking for comfort. They're going to be looking for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and his men who prophesied of these things for years. But guess what? You're not in the times to come. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to withdraw his men. There's going to be a famine of the word. It's going to be hey man, it's going to be horrific times. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to hide himself. Wit is going to hide itself. Hey, horrific times on the horizon. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. That's the point, okay? The mirth of this place is going. All right? So I'm on one more, Ecclesiastes 12, and I'll start at 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, because the evil days are quickly approaching. Jacob's trouble, Daniel 12:1, a time like never before. Revelation 12:12, this devil is about to come down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. The Hegelian dialect, pressure from above, pressure from below, order out of chaos. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And hey, that time is quickly approaching. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the street, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And that's talking about, as I read in Isaiah 19, no work for Egypt. It's going to be, it's going to be horrific out here, and you're going to wake up early for what? Set your alarm clock for what? Ain't going to be no job. Ain't going to be no work. Ain't going to be no hope, man. Just going to be judgment out there in the streets, man. Evil times are quickly approaching, Again, it's holiday season for some. It's holiday season. For some, it will mean pink slips. Mass layoffs are coming. Anyway, keep pushing, keep fighting, man. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Yasharallah.